So a lot of people wonder what should happen when you are bulking versus dieting with your reps and your sets of your workouts. Should you be doing heavier weight with lower reps? Should you be doing lower weight with higher reps? What's the thing that sculpts and cuts and burns and shreds it the most? Well, when you are dieting, you do want to use both strength and you want to build hypertrophy. Now, I think it's very important to keep your strength up when you're dieting, because when you're dieting, it's very quick and easy for your strength to drop and drop. Like if you hear someone talk about contest prep, or if you hear someone who's a powerlifter diet for a little bit, you'll hear that their huge numbers, their squats, their benches and deadlifts go down quite a significant bit, because you don't have the caloric, expenditure there to be able to just burst out and go crazy. Point being, if you don't work on strength at all while you're dieting, your strength will go down pretty quickly, and then the amount of weight that you're able to use on the higher rep sets will actually be less, which will make it so that those higher rep sets are less effective, and you won't be able to have as much size retained. With each big muscle, with the first compound movement, so like with a pull down or with like a bench press or something like that, I try to do 1 to 2 sets with relatively heavy weight. This is 2 to 5 reps. That is pretty much the only strength set that I will do with that muscle. Then I will fill most of the rest of the sets with an 8 to 12 rep range with a weight that I'm failing in that rep range, and that's kind of a bit of strength and kind of a bit of hypertrophy. And then I'll do probably the last 20% or so of the sets will be higher rep range. So that'll be 10 to 20 reps. And this way we're able to hit all the different areas of muscle work, which would be, motor unit recruitment, sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, and myofibrillar hypertrophy. All of those which are very important to build that dense, thick muscle while also still being filled out when you're dieting. So what I've found is a huge problem with my form that makes my shoulders have such trouble is that I've let my abs get a little bit lazy. From sitting in chairs so much and editing so much, it's just a natural way for my abs to stretch. So I need to get them, one, stronger, but before I actually work out, I need to warm them up and get them firing so that they do the proper job of holding my hips in place and not letting my rib tips come up. So I wanted to show you guys my ab routine, and this isn't the one that I do every single day. This one is before a leg day. That's why there's also the glute bridge in here. But the first exercise, like you saw, is just a basic V up, and this is actually really difficult because you have to draw in your abs, and that's how you can kind of deal with the counterbalance of your legs kind of moving all over the place. It is really tough to keep balance on that one for sure. Now this next one I actually really like. I just learned this one in physical therapy, and it basically starts with something called the reverse crunch. This is where you're trying to let yourself down as slow as you can on the descent, literally trying to feel each vertebrae hitting the ground. And then when you get to the very bottom of it, you want to keep your shoulder blades off the ground by keeping your abs flexed and sucked in, keeping your rib tips down. And then you are going to walk your feet back, then do a glute bridge by trying to press your big toe into the ground and trying to press your knees together while scooting your hips and tucking them under, and then flexing them to come to a full extension while also keeping your abs sucked in and flexed and keeping your rib tips down. Hold it for a few seconds, then drop it back down slowly, walk your feet back out, and then while sucking in your stomach and really bracing your core, come back up to a full sit-up, and that's 1 rep. And you do this for about 5 to 10 until you're completely tired out. And then I absolutely love planks, and I love planks because there's so much that you can do with them. I start with the basic plank right in the middle, and then I just start to twist my body a little bit and push my hips away from the ground so that I can start to feel my oblique firing. Once I can feel my oblique firing, then I just keep that angle and I try to press myself away from the floor, hold it for a few seconds, and then I go through repetitions where I drop my hip to the floor and back up, do the other side, and then I hold it in the middle. All of these things combined help me so much right before a workout to keep my rib tips down, which really allows my thoracic extension and my chest to open up, which is helping me not pinch my shoulders when I'm doing overhead activities. So I'm really thankful that I'm recording this. So guys, if you feel like anything's wrong with your form, record it. It'll be a lot easier to see what's going on. One of the things that I'm noticing right now is I think I'm trying to compensate or something like that. And because my chest feels a little bit tight, I'm trying to like bring my shoulders down to make the barbell come down, but instead I should be bringing my elbows, like breaking my elbows down to my ribs to make that happen and keep my shoulders back. So I'm gonna do this set one more time, same weight, and see if it feels better. If it doesn't feel better, then I'll stop. If it does feel good, then we might move up to 225. Okay, so
based on the last set, it felt a lot better, but I'm not feeling super secure with it. So as much as I want to move up to 225, I'm going to actually move back down. I'm probably going to go down to like 135 up to maybe like 155. But instead of trying to make any PRs right now, I'm just going to try to be able to find the groove again, because it'll serve me a lot better purpose to be able to find the groove again in this workout and then be able to hit a PR in the next workout, because the groove is a little easier to find.
Alright, now the purpose of showing you this clip is two things. I want to show you, one, that my shoulders are getting better. I'm able to do some shoulder pressing, but I also want to show you this really cool superset that I did this week that I think is really fun and it's got a good burn to it. So basically I'm going to start with tricep gauntlets. This is what the name is according to CT Fletcher. He's the guy who showed me these, and basically you are just putting your elbows directly over your shoulders and then allowing the dumbbell to come down. You can give it a little bit of a twist. You can kind of adjust and see how it feels best for you, but you're just trying to come to the top, squeeze that tricep real hard. And so basically I wanted to go just about 20% before failure. So about 2 to 4 reps before failure. Then sit up, and you can either stand up, you can sit into a chair, or you can just go right from the ground here. From the ground, you're gonna need a lot of core stability. You're gonna be needing to really hold everything tight. But then just go right into some presses, and I would go into failure here just because the triceps will probably burn out pretty quickly. For me, this is nuts to be doing shoulder press. I know it's only 20, 30 pounds, but it is so freaking awesome to have my shoulders articulating correctly. I can feel it. You can see on my left side, that was the part that was really hard for me. I was having my lat come forward and I wasn't able to really connect with my shoulder blade and get it to move properly like the right one. And I'm still having trouble, and I still have to really keep thinking about it, really keep trying to trigger it to happen correctly, but it's awesome to see it happening and moving and changing.
We need to exhale on the way up. Rib tip down, exhale on the way up, and crunch your ribs as you stand up.
So I went in again this week to my physical therapist to analyze my squat again once another week of adjustments has gone by. And really the two concepts that we went over and changed are my bracing technique, which basically I was trying to like suck in my stomach and activate my transverse abdominis, my abs. But what I needed to do is think about there being like a group of muscles that hugs the bottom of my spine, and just trying to contract all of those muscles, not just the front ones, but also the back ones. And this got my bracing a lot better. I'm also trying to tuck my hips under me a little bit better at the very bottom. And that last like 2 inches of depth is where I lose my tuck.
Come on, fight that position.
A little bit more nudge forward at the bottom, okay? You got it.
I want you to practice this at least 10 times.
Strong, Brian, strong.
There you go.
That was good, nice.
As soon as you got
Yeah, it's perfect. The only thing I'd say is that right at the bottom, you'll start coming up and then you swing underneath. But if you at the bottom, you almost like set yourself before you come up. It will just like, it almost like grounds your feet to the ground, and it initiates the push. So you'll want to, and it will literally feel like you're pushing the floor away from you. But you're just a little bit, you're just coming up, and then you are kind of like, and then it feels a little weak, like a little rocky.
Right.
I don't know, did you want to rest and try one more? 1 second. Tuck under. Load. Go.
Come on.
Go. I see what happened for you there. You waited a little long before you did that, and when you do the nudge, it's gonna feel like you're like locking yourself just forward, like less than a centimeter.
You're also just at parallel too, and that's a really kind of
weird spot.
You can't gain it. You can't fight for it if you need to. Exhale, stand.
There it is. I saw what happened. You teetered in your feet. Your feet wanted to. As you came up, you rocked back before you came forward instead of staying loaded in and pushing away. You rocked back. But don't worry. You learned a lot today. Like I would say, let's nix it. You learned a lot today, and let's do the next level next time.
Another week of progress in the bag. Now, I'm not flipping you off, okay? I actually smashed my finger under a dumbbell, and I just wanted to show you the blood on my finger. So just clearing that up, not putting a middle finger in your face. Except I kind of am putting middle finger in your face. It was a really hectic week, so I actually completely blanked on recording any of my cardio, and I got back to cardio this week because you guys know I was dealing with that like lingering cough. I'd say I'm about 95% better now, so I'm back to cardio. I started with 20 minutes, and I've done 4 sessions this past week. I'll be going back to 20 to 25 minutes on the following week next week. I'm definitely losing body fat. I feel like you can see it in my abs, but especially if you look at my like serratus, those little like rib pieces on the side of the abs there, you can see they're a lot more tight. You can see it in my pecs, and my arms are getting a lot more tight. I personally can see a bit of size loss, and I also can see that I'm holding water on certain days, and other days I'm not holding water, and that vastly changes how my body fat actually looks. Luckily, as well as being able to lose body fat during this dieting phase, I've also been able to increase the amount of movements I've been able to do. So I've been building my shoulders up, as I can see in this front double. I can also see that my lats are starting to come out a little bit more because I'm finding a new way to articulate my shoulders around my back days and get more lat work in there. So overall, the physique is improving on 2 ends. I'm building areas of my body that I haven't been able to build in a really long time, and I'm getting rid of body fat so we can see more of what we have built. In terms of calories, we are shooting for 2,650 to 2,750 calories this coming week. I am getting a minimum of 110 grams of protein, but up to 130, 135 grams of protein. And overall from here, from looking at my physique, what I plan on doing is having one more episode of this dieting series. So I'll have the final episode. Now, whether that's going to come 1 week from now or 2 weeks from now is going to have all to do with how next week my physique looks. But I'm definitely getting that drier look, and I really want to just get a little bit more before I start the bulk again. That is it for this episode, though. Thank you guys so much for coming in here and always showing support on the things that I'm passionate about, always showing support on all my videos, and always showing support on me trying to improve my physique and improve everything that I'm doing. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, guys. If you haven't liked the video already, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Team Beyond the Week, CT.
Lift heavy or die MIRIN, motherfucker. Team Beyond the Week. CT. Lift heavy or die MIRIN.